I smell lemony. Now we're going to get into what I should be bringing into my body. Nicole Kernohan's here from Nutrition House, and Sonya Vindum-Whitteker is with us from the Athletic Club. Sonya, welcome back.
Thanks, Ted.
So what are we going to do? I know not now. You're going to have one of your personal trainers try to get me physically fit? Okay. But if I'm going to do this, I got to have fuel in the engine, right?
Exactly.
Okay. So we got a plate full of exactly what?
Well, we're gonna start quickly, but the most important thing is hydration.
Right.
So I know Sonya wanted to mention a bit.
Yeah, well, the human body is approximately 60% water,
Right.
Based on the amount of adipose tissue and muscle. So pretty dependent on the individual, but 60% is the kind of rough estimate. And what a lot of people don't realize, I mean, we know how important hydration is when it comes to exercise. We realize that we should be, hydrating more in the summer with the heat. But it's actually very important to drink water before exercise as well as during and after. So
What happened to the sports drinks? Aren't I supposed to be drinking that lemon-flavored armpit sweat?
well,
I don't do sports drinks, you can tell. Okay.
Well, the trainers will tell you that any form of liquid is good.
Right.
Sometimes the sports drinks can have a little bit more sugar than they would necessarily recommend. Water is completely natural. It's a great way to flush the system of any additional toxin buildup. But really the important thing is just getting fluid into you.
You got Nicole just nodding
Yes,
along,
I
going,
100% agree. Water all day long, especially when I'm training with my trainer. I always ensure to have a lot of fluids throughout the entire day before.
Like for people like me trying to lose weight, and we were talking about this before we got in the studio. Somebody told me this, true, false, in between. You both can comment on it. But sometimes when you think you're hungry, you're thirsty.
Absolutely, yeah. That can be the case. If you know you've eaten a large meal and it's only a couple hours later and you're starting to crave something, then it's likely that you could be just dehydrated, especially if you've had coffee.
Yeah, absolutely. And sometimes depending on the time of day as well, you might actually be tired. So if you're finding that you're really hungry at the end of the day and you have hydrated well and you've had a good meal for dinner, sometimes that's your body telling you that it's time for rest as well.
How many people are walking into the athletic club going, I'm tired, I don't want to do this, and then they walk out pumped because they got the workout?
Well, I would say most people, because often people associate exercise with being something that they don't necessarily have the time to do. But the truth is that exercise can actually get you a lot more energized than you were when you walked in the first place.
Okay, so fueling up the engine, what else have we got going here?
So usually I think we'd recommend about like an hour to 2 and 1 to 3 hours before exercise, whether it's a run, whether it's strength training. It depends on the intensity and duration of exercise, but about 1 to 3 hours before, you want really a complete balanced snack. Protein, like the eggs.
Is that whole thing a snack?
You may not have all of those things together. I put a little bit of a display of options out there. However, for me, I would actually probably eat almost that amount, probably about 2 hours before an intense
Let's do it. Why the
exercise.
broccoli?
Just any green vegetable. Usually
Brown
you
eggs.
add in protein. 100% you need to have the protein. Carrots would actually be a form of a carbohydrate. Like they have a little bit more sugar.
How about the apple? Fiber?
Yeah, apple is also carbohydrate and fiber.
What in heaven's name is next to the apple?
That's hummus.
Oh, okay.
Also a nice snack. It's got
How about
a bit
the
of fiber,
other side of the apple? I'm kind of stumped on that.
Yeah.
Oh, those are just nuts.
Just walnuts and then some
gotcha.
flax and rice crackers. So they're nice, easy to digest, nothing too heavy, nothing with too much, nothing too much fat or any too much saturated fat, sorry.
So what have I got in my hand here? Is this like energy
so these
pop?
are green popsicles. So usually about our...
Excuse me, this is not a green popsicle.
No, it's pink, but it's made with greens. You would be surprised. This one is actually for kids. But you can make popsicles with any of these. So about maybe 20 minutes before, you'd have like a pre-workout that has all the amino acids and some hydration, some fuel. And then post-workout, you need to make sure you again have the protein. And then that's when you'll have some carbohydrate as well. So you can make these into popsicles. So especially in the summer.
I'm trying to figure out what the top flavor is.
Well, it's all one flavor. It's just mixed with, sorry, it's not true. It's mixed with coconut water. It's just these kids' greens mixed with coconut water.
That's it. Okay, so is this cocoa samba? Is that kind of the big thing?
Yeah, that's the coconut water. So we actually have some coconut water in the pre-workout because it's an electrolyte. It's natural electrolytes. So that's what we talked about.
So Ben's waiting, Sonya. He's going to come in and give us a little workout, and
That's right.
we're going to see what happens. I'm going to keep working on my pop with Nicole, with Sonya, with you. Thanks for joining us. Only on Rogers Inside Brand. Hey, welcome back. Summer Series 2014. How about fitness for those that don't and those that do? Courtesy of our friend Ben Terejko from the Athletic Club. Nicole Kernohan is going to stay with us. Now, you know what I want to know? Like, I know Ben works out between workouts. How often do you work out in the course of a week?
I usually do strength training personally. Strength training about 3 times a week.
Okay.
Or so, and then I'll
no
do
cardio,
yoga.
no, or is
Yoga, and then I do some. I might do hiking and things like that, especially in the summer. Hiking and biking and things like that.
She sounds like she's trying to sell you. She's trying to sell you on how much she does. She's telling us the truth.
That's great. She does very well for herself.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely.
So now this is a perfect segment because it's like, you know, you can tell who exercises, you can tell who does it, you can tell who teaches. What are we going to do today?
Well, we'll get you, last time we learned the squat. We're going to kind of bump that up a little bit, take you up a level, and we're going to learn the jump squat. Okay. So if you remember, I'll get both of you to do it at the same time if you want to. And I'll instruct here. So going down into a squat, Ted, if you want to follow Nicole, that's great.
Oh, why is she praying?
Oh, sorry. I just
wherever you want to
for
hold your
balance.
hands. Some people put them on the hips.
Dear God, if you let me go down, make me get back up again. Okay.
Yeah.
So you're going to sink back as if you're sitting down.
Okay.
Okay. And normal squat, you stand right back up. Okay. Your back is straight, your chest is up, and your shoulders are back. Okay. In a jump squat, you're going down into your regular squat.
Right.
And you're jumping back up, landing into your next squat. So if you want to do a few continuously, go for it. Yeah.
So here we go.
So
down,
continuous, up,
and
land,
back down.
back up.
There you
Exactly. So that adds a little more intensity to your workout.
This looks like synchronized swimming.
That's right. Pretty
I
good.
think you look great.
Awesome. Well done.
Okay.
So if you're doing outdoor activities this summer.
Now, wait a minute. You're not getting off the hook.
Yes.
I just did 4. What would happen normally? What are the numbers? Let's do with first of all, how many would Nicole do?
For sure. Nicole, sometimes, you know what, we'd have her superset. So we start with a set of maybe regular squats with weight or light press, and then we'd have her do 20 jump squats in between.
And for people like me who are doing squat, how many would I do?
For sure. Well, you know what? You can stick with 20 as well. Do 20.
Really?
You may not have something in between, like a leg press, for example.
I mean, I have something in between, like a pulse.
That's right. That's the whole idea. Get your heart rate up.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah, well, the insurance is paid up. What else we got?
Good. Let's do, we're going to, because a lot of people are doing a lot of gardening, et cetera, in the summer, let's kind of protect your back, your low back especially, and let's learn a proper deadlift. Okay. So I'm going to have Nicole demonstrate just a 2-legged deadlift to start.
Oh, okay. When she said deadlift, I thought you were going to pick me up as deadlift.
And it's essentially, sure, yeah, you can use the kettlebell. We use kettlebells in the gym for many different things. Deadlifts is one of them. So you're focusing on shifting your weight back onto your heels, and she's keeping her low back nice and flat there. So the idea is you want to put the weight in your hamstrings and your butt rather than your back.
Now, Nicole, are you feeling this?
Oh yeah, you feel it in your hamstrings and your
Right. It's a lot of practice. A lot of people take it. It takes a few sessions.
But that's what's supposed to happen, right?
That's correct.
Yeah.
That's
okay, so you're on board your cowbell? Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So I just is that in front of me or is it down here?
It's going to dangle. You're going to relax your arms.
Want to bet?
Exactly. Keep your shoulders pinched back.
Okay.
Okay, you're going to shift your weight back onto your heels as you bow forward.
So I'm going to try and put my butt down.
Exactly.
Okay, so it's
shift
this?
your weight back. Exactly. That's right.
Okay, now my knees shouldn't be bent, right?
They can be slightly bent. We want them slightly bent.
Okay, there we go. So there we go.
Right.
And then?
Not too bad. And then stand back up.
Gotcha.
Good. I'm going to get you to do one more. I'm going to come on this side of you, actually.
Okay.
And I'm going to show you the exact form. So go ahead and bow forward again, shifting your weight back on your heels. I want you to pinch your shoulder blades back.
Pinch my shoulder blades.
Exactly.
Okay,
so your
like
back's
this?
a lot flatter, a lot safer that way.
Okay, gotcha.
All right, go ahead, stand back up, and you're using more legs.
I didn't feel any problem in my back.
Good.
So that's why you're there.
That's right.
Because if I'm doing it wrong, I could feel it later.
Absolutely.
Okay,
like
so
I
this
said,
is
it
just
takes people
down.
a few sessions, pinching the shoulder blades back. Exactly.
Well, that's weird because your body wants to go.
Exactly, that's right. You have to use your back muscles to support yourself, to save your spine.
You have to have back muscles.
That's
okay.
right.
So there we go. Thank you. Nice kettlebell.
See, but just want to throw in with something like this, if you're training, like whenever I train with Ben, fully hydrated, nourishing properly. If you haven't eaten anything all afternoon or drank anything, doing 20 jump squats and then some deadlifts, you're going to be pretty lightheaded probably.
And what are you going to know if the people aren't properly fueled up? Are they not going to be able to get through? You can see that lactic acid build up?
You will definitely see that. They fatigue very fast.
Right.
They'll feel dizzy, lightheaded, this and that. So you know either their pre-workout wasn't good enough or they're dehydrated.
So you you can do me, you can do something like Nicole knows what's going on.
Absolutely.
Listen, thanks and have a great summer.
Thank you very much.
And do you take people outside?
Occasionally, that's right.
Really?
If they're hydrated enough, yes, absolutely.
Perfect. That's great, Nicole. Thanks for coming in.
Thank
you.
you.
Have a great summer, okay? Nicole, Ben Terejko, Athletic Club, me taking deep breaths. Thanks again to all our guests. Thanks for being a part of it. We just appreciate our volunteers, our co-op students, and of course you, because you do it inside Brant.